Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Well, Sean, we're getting ready now for this, the last of the semi-finals. And it's a match which we expect to go for a while. These two players know each other's games so well. And
we're straight into a conversation there. We were joking before when that first let would come.
Yeah, when the first let would come. Well, it was a stroke, and that was on the first point.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting game here today. Louis had the edge over Joel for a while now, so it'll be very interesting to see if Joel can find a way through today.
And of course, in the earlier semi-final, we had Evan Williams in 5 over PANMURE TeCnifibre. And the two women's semi-finals, it was Emma Miller in 4. And that was against Ella Lash and Caitlin Watts winning in straight over second seed Abby Palmer. So for the third consecutive challenger title, it will be Emma Miller against Caitlin Watts. So that should be fun again tomorrow from 1:15.
Both players here went fairly unscathed in their quarterfinals earlier today. Lily winning pretty comfortably against Zach Miller, and then Joel not having too much trouble against Finn Trimble, so there'll be...
I'm not sure about you, but I thought it just stayed in.
It's always a tricky one, those ones where it's so tight that it might have snuck the ball somehow. Louis doesn't think it touched the line. He's got to move on from it. Yeah, both players will be feeling really fresh after their comfortable wins earlier today.
So we've got any supporters out there, feel free to come through and let us know who's going to win. We had all sorts of predictions for the previous men's match.
Louis here doing a good job here moving Joel around. Not doing too much special. Both these players very fit, so expect a lot of long rallies like this one today.
Long rally. I haven't seen too much depth on the shots just yet. I've seen too many hitting the back wall, and just to say that, there's one. That's what they need to do. That stayed in.
Absolutely insane rally here.
You'll be annoyed if you lose this one.
Wonder if there'll be a come on as well. Very early in the game.
Yeah, could be. There was a couple of those from Evan Williams, who was quietly watching over to the side. Oh, there you go. It wasn't a come on, but it was a nice little subtle fist bump there from LWAMBA.
Yeah, pretty early on. You want to save those for the big occasions. Of course, Duggan has had some tricky matchups with these two in the past, having a massive 5-setter against Louis at Nationals last year. Actually lost to Louis here in PANMURE last year.
Well, no, Louis won this tournament last year, didn't he? It was a satellite though, right?
Yeah, it was a satellite last year. And of course, Joel having match 4 against Evan at Henderson early in the year, so he's
Yeah, he's
certainly keep an eye out on what will work for him tomorrow. Just analysing.
Yeah. Well, I seem to recall that LWAMBA beat Evan here last year. Is that right? I'm just trying to recall that now.
So Louis beat Evan here at PANMURE, and then soon after they met.
Yeah, then it was
and that was a massive 5-setter again. Evan on that occasion got the W.
There you go, the stroke. It just couldn't quite get out of the way of that one quick enough. And yeah, just racketed his head.
I probably can't argue too much with that decision there.
No, there was no complaint.
I think it was just more praying that the back wouldn't happen.
So good little comeback, a couple of points back.
Yeah, just a few loose spots here from Lou in these last few points. Just maybe giving Joel too many opportunities at the front. Very hard shot there from Joel. One thing, having played on this court a lot, is if you can get your length here, it can die very quickly.
And it's got a little bit cooler this evening now as well.
Especially now when it starts to get a bit cooler.
And there we go with the stroke back. Just playing the ball too tight.
Again, no argument to that decision. It's a big point here for both players. It's always a big moment in the game here.
That one stayed low, didn't it?
There's been a good comeback here from Joel. I think he was down 5-2 at one stage in this game. So he's done well to come back here to get 7-6.
Oh, there you go. That's 3 strokes we had and no complaints.
Yeah, I think you can argue. I don't think many people could argue about those ones.
Ooh, the post is... Oh, he has. Some great retrieving from Joel ARSCOTT at this point. He's back in it. Looks as though he's down and out.
They're doing a very good job there, just hanging into the point here. Trying to maybe make Louis go for the shot a little bit more here now. That's a good hold there.
It's a great rally, this one. Both players having to really move all over the court and retrieve some difficult shots.
Nice job there. Louis sets the point up here.
That's just under the line. After all that.
Yeah, we got a bit tight there. Went the wrong way, then caught himself off guard there.
Yeah, certainly a great rally, and both players really having to throw themselves at the ball.
Really good shot there, really timed the ball well.
And
good lunge into the volley.
Gets the first game ball. Does Joel ARSCOTT the 4th seed against the 2nd seed? a little bit wrong-footed there in that corner. It seemed to fade away a lot quicker than what he thought.
Yeah, like you said, the ball will start dying a bit more in this game, in this match now, so expect possibly more forward for the lead.
That is it. So the first game there, 11-7 in favour of Joel ARSCOTT into the beginning of the second game, and Joel ARSCOTT winning the first 11-7. And Sean Wigan, who was pretty efficient in that first game, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he really made a mistake, especially in the second half of the game, and brought Louis into a lot more uncharacteristic one. I think Louis sometimes being a bit loose with his balls, especially maybe the boat and short. Just needs to pick the right time to also attack the now. He's maybe giving Louis opportunities.
So another tough first point to start a game, just like we had in the first game. Both players having to do a lot of movement in this particular point.
That's well played. You can't do that decision either. It's really well timed shot there from Louis. Just maybe took the wrong line there from Joel there.
We've got to remember that in the first game there was about 5-2 to Chileshe, and Joel managed to come back quite nicely. That's a good play. Controlled that point well.
Yeah, he's certainly looking a little bit more focused in this game. Just maybe a bit more straight here, less loose, and starting to set the points up a lot better. But it can't really do too much with that one. Nice drop there from Joel. It's always important after going down a game to make a really good start in the next one to get some confidence back in your game, especially when I think he lost about 8 of the last 9 moments or something in that first game.
Just hitting the back wall there, and you can see it. If they can get it to that back wall, it's just such good depth. It's trying to get past these two, isn't it, Sean?
Yeah, well, they're both taking the ball really well at the front, really well early, so they're not giving the opposition too many opportunities to get it to the back wall. Of course, both players very fit and fast as well, so you can expect a lot of long rallies with these two, as we've seen so far.
Another one of these long rallies.
Yeah, really nice drop there from Louis there. So again, Louis up 5-2 here. Let's see what happens on this occasion here.
Oh, well, he's up another one. Just tried to keep it a bit too tight there, did Joel ARSCOTT. Didn't quite need to go for that.
Yeah, just needs to go back to basics. That's what worked really well in the first game. Just really got his game going to the back of the court and set himself up really well.
Gee, that almost took out his head as well. Getting a little bit of traffic in the middle of the court.
Good to see Louis trying to play through though.
Oh.
That's a really good recovery there from Louis there.
Yeah, a little bit of an unorthodox shot in the middle of it. A couple of them, in fact.
Looks like a bit of a master special there.
Yeah. don't know what you're suggesting about the Masters. You've got to remember Shelley Kitchen's the Master.
Oh, that's another good boast here from Louis. Just starting to find his range here now.
Yeah, looking a lot better, a lot more reassured. Yeah, that's good play. Very good play.
So we're now at 9-2 now. We'll look to wreck this game up very quickly now, Louis.
And first game ball, and Joel ARSCOTT not really going for that one.
Yeah, and just gives it to Louis on that occasion.
Yeah. So we have team to make that 11-2, and we are now one game each. Well, we're back in now for this, the third game, one game each. There you go, you heard it there from the ref. The first going to Joel ARSCOTT 11-7, and the second 11-2 to LWAMBA Chileshe. This is, of course, to see who will take on Evan Williams in the final tomorrow. That final scheduled for 2 p.m. And it's who will stop Evan Williams winning the Challenger tournaments around the country. Of course, LWAMBA did win the Morrinsville PSA Challenger over as well at Tenwa, but it's been Evan Williams winning Henderson and also the Waikato Open.
And of course, Louis did get Evan here at PANMURE last year, so that could give him maybe some confidence if these two do meet, but of course he's got more important things to worry about than the final at the moment.
Exactly.
Another big point here from both players. Always very important after in a situation like this where it's final, you want to make a very good start. But a little bit, especially for Joel here, this is where Louis has really stepped his game up against him in the past.
That's a good play. A reaction shot on the backhand there. Came close enough that he was able to hit through it. Now, are there ever opponents that you just get annoyed with? They just keep on getting the ball back. I mean, you're probably one of those to other people.
Well, the irony, today I was playing Ben Ratcliffe, one of the Aussies over here, and in the early stages he just kept getting all my shots back, and I was...
He's not a powerful player, is he? He's not powerful, but
he just keeps getting every shot back, and I was just getting so... On the inside, I was just getting so annoyed. Having a bit of a joke on the court, but man, he was just getting every shot back, and
I'm sure there's a few people that say it about your game as well.
Oh, everyone was saying that to me after my match with Timwa this morning as well. Just like he was hitting some mean shots, and they didn't know how I was able to get a lot of those shots back.
So a nice little lead again for Timwa.
Louis, you mean?
Louis, yeah. Oh my goodness. I've been here too long today already.
Don't worry, this is the last one.
Yeah. Unless Father Evans is going to go in and play. I've seen him play, but...
Yeah, Joel just complaining a bit of the tape on the court, saying that the ball bounced a bit funny after...
Yeah, it's a bit... I can see where there appears to be a little tear.
Yeah, there's a little... If you look at maybe you can see a few scrapes like that around those service boxes. It might be a little bit hard to see it on the live stream, but it's pretty easy to see it. You can see it live. It's probably a little bit harder seeing it on the live stream though. Nevertheless, you gotta play what's in front of you.
We managed to recover from that one. Back in the rally.
It's incredible how much Louis can just really lean those shots back and just get them back.
Points slowed down a little bit. Now we see it sped up. Good depth. Good depth.
That's probably one of the big reasons why Louis had such good success over Joel in the last year. Just able to control the pace of the rally really well, as we're seeing here once more. Oh, really nice.
We're talking about controlling the pace. We had it slowed down with the lob and then bang.
And Louis knows how important that point was, bringing out a bit of a fist pump as well.
Yeah.
Always love seeing those from all the players.
And 5-1 up. It's a handy lead now. Both got him on the run.
And again, just incredible pickup from Louis, just able to put out that quick lunge.
And wanting a stroke, not giving it. It's a let.
Yeah, just a little bit of interference there, probably the right call on that occasion as well. Just got a bit caught between each other. Really well played there from Louis. He's starting to get that short game going really well. Just was a bit loose in that first game, and now he's starting to really move Joel around really well here. We've seen that with the nice long rallies they're having. And you can probably see from both players already, they look absolutely drenched. But they continue to just battle. It's incredible.
And good control.
Oh, what about that?
Finish, isn't it? What a finish.
And he is loving this at the moment. The Egyptians must, hopefully there's a few Egyptians watching. Better watch out.
They're all about.
So, Lou on a very good roll at the moment. 7-1 now.
Yeah, that's a good shot though. That was good play. Even with the speed of LWAMBA coming up, he wasn't able to get to that.
Well, you read where the ball was going, just maybe overran it on that occasion.
And great use from both players of the lofted ball. A bit of height, it's fine.
Nice job there from Louis.
Oh. Spin around there from Joel. Still in the rally.
Oh, no way. This is ridiculous after all the rallies they've already had.
Oh,
well played from Louis.
Very well played. And I think it was just that boast that really sort of took the pace off.
He just timed the boast really well. Didn't try and overhit it. Just made sure it stayed tight. And as you saw, it just Joel wasn't able to time it perfectly on that occasion. So another good run here from Louis, 9-2.
Certainly got a great opportunity to close this one out, this game, and got 2 games to 1. Oh, that plays that ball back at himself.
Oh, yeah, not every call's been right, but I don't think we can really argue about that one.
Stayed in. There's that shot.
Oh, that's nice. Really well played there.
What was that? You're not missing. I think that was it.
Yeah, Louis not making too many mistakes now.
No,
I think he took them all out in that first game, I'm pretty sure. Made it very loose. Now Joel's just like, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was almost like he needed that first game to warm himself up. And certainly in these second and third, very, very well. Very measured.
Yeah, Yeah, really
there we
well
go.
held there from Louis, just caught Joel out a little bit. And Louis gets that game 11-3.
And now up by 2 games to 1. And Sean Wigan, I think if he can keep up that sort of rhythm that he had in the second and third, then he's going to be feeling pretty positive.
Well, as Joel quoted in that third game, you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
I think that's a sign that you're not barely doing anything wrong at the moment, and considering you've only lost 5 points in 2 games, I think that's certainly a good sign that you're not making too many mistakes.
You get into that zone sometimes, and he was certainly in it for the second and third.
We all know how much the game can change if you just lose your focus just a little bit, so you can see how important this first point is already.
That was a good point.
And it's also important for Joel as well, just to get that confidence back after a pretty solid first game.
And he's looking for a call there as Joel. I'm not totally sure what.
You can just see Louis trying to take the ball way earlier now than maybe what he was doing earlier in the game. Just putting Joel under a little bit more pressure. Fortunately, no success in that point with the mistake. Good use of height there from Joel. Really needed to keep it tight there. Great hustling here from Louis. Incredible.
Didn't give it. Yeah, well played from Joel.
Great rally from both players here. Joel doing a great job controlling the rally, and Louis just once again just continuously hustling there.
Yeah, definitely. It's hustling's a good word.
So why does he need to make the rallies long if he can just do that?
Yeah. I mean, that's just so difficult to do, isn't it? A backhand return winner.
Oh, but then he does that. In squash terms, that means he needs to buy everyone a drink here.
Yeah. Well, certainly in Masters.
Makes it up there.
I mean, the worst thing though for LWAMBA is that he did that service error when then he hits, prior to that one great service return and another winning shot there. So it really does. You just got to cut those out.
Well, there's any time you don't want to give those really cheap mistakes away. You want to make your opponent work for it, especially when you've been dominating really well in this game.
Oh, yeah, just zip past him, hit the ground and skidded through. Great speed. So he's back to just 1 point the difference now. And certainly Joel a little bit frustrated at a couple of balls just going against him.
You can just maybe see the moisture starting to evaporate maybe a little bit here, so you might see a little bit more skidding once in a while like we saw in that 1 point there. Incredibly tight rally here on the backhand side. Oh my word. Jesus,
so
it's just stuck on the wall. Oh, finally.
That ball just faded away in the back there. stroke.
Because when you called, the ball wasn't there, it was right there. No, when you called.
So scores to 4-4 now after that stroke. I don't know if there was any issue there, do you think, Sean?
Yeah, Joel just maybe complaining it was slightly to the behind Louis on that occasion, and
but it looked to me like with the racket swinging back, he was going to be collected by it.
Yeah, it's certainly there's arguments both ways on that occasion. I think if it's slightly behind, unless you can really get behind it, most people would probably do it both on that occasion, but at the same time, it really came down to when Louis really called it. But he's moved on for it. He got the next point here, so he leads 5-4 in this fourth game. Nice work here from Louis. Oh, no way. Oh, that's incredible rally. I think Louis is a bit relieved there. He was looking a little bit worried there.
And back to 5-all. Hasn't quite reached the standards of the last two games as Louise hit some great shots, but there's also been a couple of unforced errors which have helped. So if he can get up to there with no unforced errors again, then he'll be in a good position.
Again, halfway through the game, this is where the top players really take advantage of the situation. And the more experienced players find a way to
well, they're pretty close in age, so it's, and rankings, maybe there's 50 spots in it. You could say it's too much of a difference. I don't think you're so bad.
Joel's room to play there.
Yeah, that's I was actually thinking the same thing. That it looked to me that the one that moved out of the way and there was enough space.
They could have possibly tried to throw the ball here. But I would like maybe to see the refs maybe make the decision a little bit quicker.
Because when you do delay your decision, it puts doubt in the players.
Exactly, and you can see, just waiting for that decision, just sort of getting a bit frustrated. You want to really see that decision made really quick, whether it's right or wrong. I know there was probably right on that occasion, but you've got to really make that call straight away, so in that way there's more confidence from the players that the refs are making that right call. So it's 6-all now, so a big point here, especially for Joel here.
Plays that one so tight to the wall and nothing on it as well. So there was nothing coming out.
Louis' backhand drop's been really good in these last few points. He's been hitting that ball very nicely tonight, just getting that ball really tight to the front. And whether it's a winner, he also sets it up for the next shot.
And off balance.
And the first real reaction there from Joel there, knowing how important that point is. So we're at 7-all now.
And again, we get the important points. We keep on saying that.
Oh, that's a great shot from Joel, especially being so tight down the wall. It's not an easy shot to make. It looks easy, but it's 100% not easy.
And 8-7. Are we going to go 5, or is the Wamba going to win it in 4?
No, that Evan Williams would be happy to see this game go to 5, considering he had one earlier tonight as well.
to think he had opportunities there to go either forward earlier or straight across.
Yeah, my problem there was just not the right line. Tried to go the wrong way around Louis here.
Yeah.
So I think that was the right call on that occasion.
So these two neck and neck still.
8-all here now. Shot! Even Louis gives it a round of applause on that occasion. That is just ridiculous. On a big point as well.
And a very big point. And just a few giggles around the crowd that are here.
How much confidence will that bring to Joel in these last few points here in this full game?
He's got control at this point as well, for the moment.
Yeah, he's just picked his game up a little bit here.
What's he after? Sure what he was after on that one.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about another out call there. A few people from the crowd saying that was in their opinion as well.
Yeah.
So Joel's been given a warning there for just audio abuse on that occasion. Just big point here.
Well, it's another one. We keep on saying that for about the 5th time.
But it's even bigger here.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great hold there from Joel.
He got it. Oh, those reaction volleys.
Oh my word. Oh, and he forces the mistake.
What's he after? No.
Tier 9, match ball.
Yeah, there we go. So he gets the match ball. I don't think there was anything again.
So
and let's see what he can do here with the first match ball to go through to the
safety lead on that occasion. Oh, no way.
Back in the rally again, LWAMBA.
Oh, that's a great backhand again. Oh, that's a great shot.
There we go.
What a way to finish as well.
LWAMBA Chileshe winning in for 9-11, 11-2, 11-3 and 11-9. And Sean Wiggin, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, some great points, especially in this last game from both players. And really good, well played there from Louis. Just started to find his range in that second game, and maybe a few mistakes in that fourth game, but Joel, to his credit, also stepped his game up a bit there. And